she's like, fine, whatever, we can still do that because I have to go out of town, so I don't have time to get my nails done somewhere else. And da 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 da. Like, this girl was pissed off. Like, she was so upset. We'll do the intro later because I don't, or I'll do it in the middle. Anyway, so today I am going to be talking about the worst client I've ever had in my entire life. Like last year sometime, I don't have this client anymore, which I'm so fucking grateful for. I don't have her anymore, and so yeah, let me tell you about that. And oh, I'll also tell you about how to deal with people like that. So I'll not only am I telling you my worst client story ever, but I'll also tell you about how to deal with people like that. So this all started on Instagram. There's this girl that messaged me and she messaged me asking if I had gelish. So gelish is a name brand nail product, and they have gel polishes, they have poly gel, they've got hard gel, they've got a bunch of different things under that brand name. But a lot of the times people use the term gelish when they're referring to gel polish, kind of like how we say Q-tips instead of cotton swabs, because Q-tips is a brand name, but we all know what that means, and we just say Q-tips instead of cotton swabs, right? So she's like, hey, do you have gelish? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Book your appointment, come on in, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. So she does that, and she comes in. She sits down at my chair, and so I don't remember if she had an attitude when she walked in. I feel like I mean, I think she did. I think her vibe was off a bit. Maybe not like an attitude, but kind of just like her aura was a bit, you know, different and off. But she sits down, and then she's like, oh, I just want to make sure you have gelish. And I'm like, yeah, I have a bunch of gel polish right here. And then she's like, no, like gel-ish, like the brand. And then I'm just like, oh. And so I was like, I I think, and we never really confirmed this, but I think she wanted gelish polygel on her nails. And I didn't do really, I think I was using polygel at the time. So I think I tried to tell her, like, I don't know. Like, to this day, I really don't know what she meant by gelish, but I think at the time I understood it as, once I realized it wasn't just gel polish she was talking about, I realized that I think she was looking for polygel instead of doing like acrylic or hard gel overlay on her nails. So I'm trying to explain to her, like, no, I don't have gelish per se, but I've got all these other nail products that will do exactly what you need them to do, which is an overlay over your natural nail. Girl, she just starts huffing and puff. I really wanted gelish. Like, I contacted you to make sure that you had gelish, and you said yes, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, I'm really sorry about that. I misunderstood what you were saying. So, but we can, again, I do structured gel manicures, I do overlays and things like that. We can opt for one of those if you still want to do your nails today. And so in my salon, I work with one other person, well, technically two other people, but the other person wasn't here. So the owner of the salon was here, and she did hear what was going on. So she tries to intervene and say, hey, we have this product here that works exactly like gelish. She can use this for you instead. And that product was the orally, essentially, not hard base gel, but the orally gel, which is like a thick base gel that you can use, and you can use it to extend the nail, or you can use it as just like an overlay, which is essentially what I have, but in a different brand. And so she's like, fine, she's like, fine, whatever, we can still do that because I have to go out of town, so I don't have time to get my nails done somewhere else. And da 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 da. Like, this girl was pissed off. Like, she was so upset. And I felt really bad. I was just like, I messed up. I thought she meant something else. So she's here huffing and puffing, having an attitude. Homegirl, so I start doing her nails. Homegirl puts in headphones, like the big headphones on her, completely ignoring me. Like, all right. I was like, I get it. She's upset. She didn't get exactly what she wanted, even though I can do what she wants. It's just a different brand name brand product. It's fine, but And so she puts in her headphones. All right, cool. So I let her cool down. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do what I got to do, and then I'll try to like break the ice a little bit more later, because that's what you do when you're dealing with people with that. Like, if you have a client that is upset about something, let them be upset. Their feelings are valid, or whatever, and then kind of try to kind of like break down that wall like little by little. So I'm doing her nails, and she's like fumbling with her phone because she's trying to get her phone to stand up while so she can watch a video. Then I happen to have a phone stand that I have for my clients so that they can put their phone on a phone stand, and then, they don't have to fumble with their phone. So I was like, oh, do you want to use this phone stand? She's like, yeah, thanks. No problem. Sure. And so I continue doing her nails. And then she's like, again, still having puffin, ignoring the fuck out of me, not talking to me, nothing, not even looking at me. And she's like, do you have a phone charger? And I'm like, Apple or Android? And I give her the phone charger. She's like, okay, thanks, cool, yeah, you're welcome. And so I'm checking in with her, like, do you like this shape, this length? Because she already had nails on. I believe she had her natural nails, just like an overlay on her natural nails. So I just filed down the product, shaped up her nails the way that she wanted, and I would check in with her. Oh, is this shape okay? Is this length okay? Blah blah blah. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. So that's really the only type of talking we were doing. We weren't talking, other than me making sure she had the right shape and length when I was doing the like my process. She was not talking to me, and so then the wall starts to come down a bit more, and she starts to relax a little bit, especially once she saw the shape that I did, and what the shape looked like. And then I went in and start adding the product, things like that. And I this was so basically I did her nails, but before the like polish application. So I do her nails, I do my finished filing, and I show her nails like, is this length and shape okay before we do polish? Does everything look good before we do polish? And then by this time we had done a little bit of small talk, like she told me where she's from, things like that. So we were talking a little bit by this time, and then she's like, "Oh, like yeah, this looks great. Like this is exactly what I wanted. I actually have like an arch. Like they never do that, things like that." So like she's liking her nails with the not gelish product that I'm using, and so okay, cool. So I start to do the polish design, and then I add in the polish. I do her polish and her design, and there you go. And I show her nails, and she's just like, oh my god, these look so good, and da 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 da, like they look amazing. And she's like over the fucking moon. She's so happy about her nails now, and I'm just like, you know what, you're welcome. There you go. I'm so sorry that I misunderstood what you're saying. So I gave her like $5 off her service too, and she's like, "Oh wow, like thank you so much, like da 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 da, cool." And then she pays tips and leaves. When she left, everybody was just like, "Are you okay?" Like that was a lot, and I was just like, you know what, I'm because the owner and her client were there this whole time. They heard everything that went on, and like they felt it, like her demeanor changed the entire fucking atmosphere of the salon. And so like when she left, uh the owner was just like, hey, are you good, did everything come out okay? And I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. She really liked her nails at the end, and she seemed happy. And I was like, but I'm happy that I am never going to see that girl again, because I was like, there's no way she's not gonna fuck with me again after how fucking mad she was at the beginning or whatever. So I was like, you know what, one and done. That's fine. Everyone has that one client that has like a shitty attitude, or just makes your shift fucking suck. Like So like 10 minutes later, after she left, or maybe like half hour later after, I get a notification on my phone that I got a 5-star review on Google from that client. And I was just like, okay, damn, I guess she really, and she wrote this nice ass review and everything too, about how great I was, how wonderful her nails came out, da 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 da, whatever, whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. And then that was the end of that. So for final thoughts, that was a lot for me to deal with at the time. I was, again, but I don't know. When people are like that, I just kill them with kindness. And when I say kill them with kindness, I mean like stabbing them with kindness, essentially. Like, I just, again, I let them feel what they're feeling. Let them, if they're upset about whatever, I let them be upset. It's okay, whatever, fine. You're mad about something. Again, your feelings are valid. Feel what you need to feel. And then I start to chip away at the I don't know, at the wall that you've just built up because you're so upset. So after something like that happens, I gave her some space, let her just do her thing on her own, and then I slowly started to like talk to her again, especially with the offering of the phone mount and then the phone charger, things like that. And then eventually she opened up and we were able to have like a decent service, because like I'm not trying to sit there for an hour and a half, 2 hours in dead silence, not just dead silence, but like uncomfortable like silence. I don't mind being quiet and not talking to my clients if that's what they want, but like I'm not about to sit here with this shitty ass vibe going on between us. That's not how I operate. That's not how I like to work. So, and especially because I knew she was unsatisfied about something. So when things like that happen, it's important to just take a deep breath in, because you are the service provider. Unfortunately, as a service provider, and even if the client is being super shitty, you have to be the bigger person and just be like, take a deep breath in, let it out, and then give yourself some time as well so you can be quiet if you need to, and then you can start to slowly try to, fix the situation in whichever way you seem fit, or whichever way would work best. Um, she did end up rebooking with me, and I'll save that that for another video, because like I'll save that for a why how to fire a client video, because she rebooked with me multiple times, and each time she came in, I would just wish she would leave. Like, if she was not a good, she was a good client because she would tip, she would come in on time, things like that. But her attitude, like her personal attitude, was trash. And so even though you have a client that does things right in terms of just like being a client, coming in on time, tipping, things like that, if they have a shitty like attitude, personal attitude, or and they make you uncomfortable in any way, you need to fire them. And I wish to this day that I had that when she rebooked with me, I should have said no. I should have been like, what, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm the right fit for you, and left it at that. But I didn't, and I had to deal with her multiple times after that. But that is the story of the worst client I have ever had. So yeah, thank you for tuning in and watching. Um, I will see y'all in the next one, I guess. Bye.